Ready when you are.
It is 16 minutes gone past 5. Lagos, you are tuned into Business Hub here on Smooth 98.1. My name is Joy Ureye, and on Business Hub today, we'll be taking a look at, well, the healthy food market. Is there really business there? Well, one thing I know is for those whose 2026 resolution is healthy eating, eating right. Well, we have a player in that sector today who's going to be giving us the insights and letting us in on how the healthy food sector is doing. Have you ever thought about getting into that space? Well, my guest joining me this evening is uh, Adid Adedolamu Sobowale, and he is the founder of Nutrishake Health Foods. Good evening, and glad to have you with me.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Fantastic. Good evening, Lagos. Thanks for tuning in. The
Awesome
name is
stuff.
Adedolamu Sobowale. Adedolamu Sobowale. Yeah.
Okie
Thanks for
dokie.
having me.
Pleasure. As always, Lagos, you can also be a part of the conversation. You have questions, you have contributions. Well, you can share them with me on WhatsApp 0911 999 That way, you can ask, contribute, and be a part of Business Hub. Well, talking about healthy food and all that, one thing I know as humans, I don't want to even just say Nigerians. I know as humans, once a new year comes, there's this urge to be on the best path possible, especially where health is concerned. You're thinking about eating right, you're thinking about living healthy, you start seeing the gyms full, but after a while, you don't see that enthusiasm and you're wondering what really happened. Hence why we're having this conversation. Certain people are on this trajectory, and I would like to know, can healthy or conscious food be profitable whilst you're trying to make money from it? Or how profitable can it be?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, for me, experientially, it has been profitable because there's a growing awareness. There's
Okay.
a growing awareness amongst the some categories of people in Lagos and generally around the world about
Right.
making healthier choices for themselves. Like they say, health is wealth. So that
True.
consciousness is driving um, fresh adoption. Some years back, we had the fit farm philosophy. We have those
Right.
people they call happy farm. Yeah. So all of such things drove attention to the market. These days, a lot of people are looking for healthier options because they want to spend less on medicines.
Right.
There's a popular saying that I love to quote. It says that if you don't eat food as medicine, you'll eat medicine as your food, right?
True.
So all of that is helping people to make healthier, better decisions, and we have more people coming to the market bracket than before. So yes, just for the sheer
Mm.
population, yes, there's more people coming in, and that is yeah, very very productive.
Mm. Okay. So,
Yeah.
would you say that it's saturated, or would you say it's everywhere? Because certain people would say, "Oh, this market is only for people in, say, maybe places like um, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, where people are really conscious about their health or living and lifestyle, hence why they're looking out for conscious food or healthy, conscious food to supplement whatever it is they're eating. You now start seeing
Yeah.
people tell you that they're vegans, and you're wondering, okay, do we actually have vegans in Nigeria? And then you start to see an expansion of them.
I think that, yes, we do have some vegans in Nigeria, but I think the way I look at it is more about the perception that is changing.
Okay.
It's not so all about geography for me, whether Abuja or Lagos, but
Okay.
the psychography, how people are thinking. While
Mm,
Lagos may offer the functional market, Lagosians typically eat healthy because they are stressed, right? They have long commutes, high pressure jobs, little time.
right.
You need healthy food as a performance fuel. So in Lagos, healthy food is a productivity tool to survive the hustle. In Abuja, on the other hand, I see it has a higher concentration of disposable income people and a much slower pace. So for them over there, might actually be a lifestyle and a status symbol kind of thing. So consumers are more
Mm,
likely to buy organic, attend fitness, shows, and maybe shop at premium health stores. So Lagos has the volume, Abuja has the value. But beyond those two, you also want to look at Port Harcourt, Ibadan, Enugu. These are also value hubs that I imagine that one would be happy, will do well to explore. There's
right.
a necessity gap, medical necessity gap as well. Some people choose healthy food because it's been prescribed by their medical doctors, right?
Okay.
People who have lifestyle diseases, hypertension, diabetes, weight issues. So they're eating healthy not because they necessarily think it's cool, but
Okay.
because they have prescribed. So for us at Nutrishake, we see customers from across the country who are tired of those empty swallows and sugary breakfasts. They're looking for nutritional density, regardless of where they live, whether in Lagos or Lokoja. That's it for us.
Okay, that is awesome and interesting too. However, one thing I know is healthy foods seem to be pricey, or should I say they seem to be pricier. And when you think about junk, or like people just look at junk food, and there's this glee, this joy that comes with it. Like, okay, it's cheaper. I can get I can get my hit on it, and it will fill me and all that. Well, I don't want to say it's all that good stuff, but sometimes it feels like it's that good stuff. So, what exactly is the selling point for healthy food aside from, hey, the obvious being healthy and you eat helping you to be on a path to living quote unquote longer life?
So again, it has to do with, for us, I need to shake, it has to do with how people think. So we don't compare healthy food to junk food, right? We
Okay.
compare it to the cost of being tired and the cost of hospital bills. So you need to make that decision intentionally. You have to be intentional. Eating healthy, it should be an investment into your life, right? Rather than a cost. And it's a daily, it gives you a daily dividend of energy. You see it that way. So if you were to buy a burger, I don't know, say 4,000 naira, you have the energy crash. It gives you instant pleasure, instant energy, but then along the way, along the road, it crashes. You have empty calories into your system. We offer something that is more natural, more organic. I will give you more energy organically. That's also sustainable. So that's the way we see it. Cheap food will be maybe junk food will be cheaper on the short term, but the long term, you come down with you spend more to maintain your health in the future. So
Mm,
the counsel, the advice, and the position we take, the philosophy we propagate is look, choose healthy today, take care of your body today, so you can take care of you tomorrow. So
tomorrow.
if you see it as an investment into your tomorrow, how you
Mm.
look and how you feel, then makes it an easier decision for you to make. So yes, it may be a little pricier today, but tomorrow it has longer paying dividends for you. That's where I see it.
Well, I like how you've painted that picture. And well, certain people say for fast foods, I don't even want to call them junk food. For fast foods, they're looking at meeting or they have a certain target. You have short time, especially for people living in Lagos. They're looking at, okay, we need to meet this target they don't have it, they leave home by 4 and some 3 a.m. depending on where you live, and you have to get to the office at a certain time. And whilst
Yeah.
it is you're trying to get lunch, they make it so appealing. And you're just looking at that and thinking, okay, I get this. It's going to fill me. I don't need to think about any other meal.
Mhm.
But when you look at how much time it would take for you to um I mean, well, salads can be healthy. It can also be
Yeah.
unhealthy depending on what you're putting in. But I'm going to use salads now as an example. So, um, you have your burger, but you have salads, and with it you have cabbage, carrots, you have eggs, um, you have the whole thing. You have the
Yeah.
colors, you have
Yeah.
your
We
protein,
love
you
the
have
colors. Mm.
fiber, right? You have all that, but you have this that looks so yummy and all that goodness. How is it that you did not choose that path and you chose to go healthy in the business of food? Because for me, I'm looking at, okay, who's my target audience? This ones I'll get more people. This one's only for a select few. How did you go about figuring which market and segment or sector you wanted to go into?
Yeah.
Because thinking about it as a business person, the usual thing is, okay, you want to hit the market and you want to hit them big. You want the majority as opposed to the
Yeah.
minority. So
As a
walk
matter
us
of
through
fact,
that.
very good question there. Very, very good question. Because the healthy foods market compared to the other food markets
Right.
is in a minority, right? But when we think about the value to the
Okay.
health, so for people like myself, I came to the industry against the backdrop of being a wellness person, a wellness coach and consultant, right?
Okay.
And the goal was to help people look and feel better, right?
Hmm.
So I started by educating people about the benefits of the fruits, nuts, seeds, spices, and the various combinations that can give children an alternative, give the mothers an alternative. An alternative to ice cream could be what? Could you have could you have a
Yogurt.
popsicle that's made up of bananas with blended
Ah,
nuts and yogurt? You know, healthier alternatives such that you don't have children come down with
sugar.
childhood obesity. So
Ah,
for me, it was the health dimension. How could we
okay.
prevent all of that? And I saw there was the gap. One, there was the knowledge gap, and two, there was the product gap. So
Okay.
a few people like myself were looking for what to get. We not was not really that available. So we started to, for me, as everything I sell today, I started from my family. So
Okay.
I made a recipe. I'll do it to the kids first. If they liked it, wow. So I said, okay, so there's a value here. Now take it to a softer market to try. Take it to maybe
Mm,
my church. If the church buys it, they know me. I'll say, look, take it, try it, give me feedback. Once I get the buy-in of this softer market, then I know, okay,
right.
I'm ready for the bigger market. Right. So it for me, it started from the not wasn't a profit-driven intention. It was more from the
Right.
health-driven intention. So when you take my smoothies or my shakes and you come back and report to me that wow, my blood pressure has gone down by that factor, it gives me
Okay.
incredible satisfaction. When I make recommendations for you, you're able to implement it and you come back and report benefits, that's the
Mm-hmm.
satisfaction I get. It wasn't initially about the numbers, the bottom
Mm-hmm.
line. It was more
Mm-hmm.
about the health benefits and the outcomes health wise. These
Mm.
days, we're marrying them both because now
Okay.
it's a business, right? Before
Right.
it wasn't that much of a business, but now we're trying to marry them both and meet in the middle of the road. So that's how I got in there.
I like that. Um, well, they say if family and friends do not support your business, then who else are you supposed to market these things to? But we have all that to talk about. And then we're going to segue into the bigger market and how big
Okay.
running a business in Nigeria can be. But we'll have a quick breather. We'll take that when we get back in. I want to know how you've been surviving in this healthy food market with all the loopholes you and well, all the interesting um well all how
Factors,
you've
we'll say.
all all the factors that have lined against you, power and all
Yeah.
that good stuff. But we'll talk about that after this quick breather. Lagos, let's take a breather. When we get back in and continue the conversation here on Business Hub.
Single week. There are lots of other amazing prices. The first draw is Saturday, 31st January at 8 p.m. So hurry and get them soon. Visit AfriMillions.ng to play now. Create your account and come pick your 6 lucky numbers from 1 to 49. Each ticket costs just 1,000 naira. AfriMillions. We win together. Players must be 18 plus, licensed by Lagos State Lottery and Gaming Authority. Terms and conditions apply. The smooth ride home. Right here on your dial.
All right, going back in. It is 33 minutes, going to 5. You are tuned into Business Hub here on Smooth 98.1. My name is Joy Ureye, and on Business Hub today, we've been taking a look at, the market, especially where healthy food is concerned. You want to be a part of it? Well, you can. What thing you want to do is share your thoughts with us. WhatsApp still remains the platform for you to do that. 0911 999 0911 Love to hear your thoughts and everything else that you think regarding this. And thankfully, my guest is still with me in the person of Adedolamu Sobowale. He's the founder of
It's quite a
Nutrishake.
mouthful, isn't it?
We that's what we live for. It's Nigerian names. It
Absolutely.
is it is strong, it is powerful, so we keep it moving.
Absolutely.
Well, you can share your thoughts as well. Are you thinking of getting into this business? Has it been easy for you? I'd love to know your take on it. Now, talking about the quote unquote elephant in the room. Today we had a grid collapse.
Oh my
And
word.
this is the second one
Second
this
time in
year.
a week in the year. All right, we're counting.
Well, let's hope it's not going to be like what we had last year, but okay. Um, let's even talk about electricity. I know that's usually a very big deal where businesses are concerned. How, for someone who's into the kind of business you do, how has it been when electricity has electricity played its role where you're trying to keep your products fresh? And talking about fresh, you have to source the items, you have to preserve them, and that in itself can be a humongous task where power doesn't exist. So walk us through how it's been for you so far.
You hit the nail on the head. It's been tough. Um, been tough. I mean, band aid, the tariff things came in, tariff hikes came in, and now band
Yes.
aid. And then again, the fuel prices also went up. So, but these days, if you have the means, people now go into solar, right? You have the
Right.
solar options,
Mhm.
solar deep freezers and stuff like that. For
Mm.
us at NutriShape, we simply practice what I would love to call the just-in-time purchase methodologies. So we really don't
Okay.
stock much, right? So we
Mm.
buy and order just in time. So we produce just in time. We take orders, we accumulate orders, produce just in time, and supply the markets. So yes, we do
Mm.
have storage facility, and we have a generating set that powers this infrastructure. But in terms of capacity, we encourage the quick turnaround system. So we increase our cost of logistics because it means we have to go to the market more frequently.
Right.
But for things that are perishable, we are happy to do that, to reduce the cost of power while
Okay.
increasing the cost of logistics. But things that are non-perishable, we're able to stock in
For a longer
volumes.
period.
So the cups, the containers, the packaging systems, and all of that, the label systems, we can
Right.
stock all that. Those are non-perishables. But the fruits, the veggies, and I am into the dairy-based industry. And so we
Right.
have to be very careful with the yogurts and all that. Yogurts at 40 degrees Celsius, you have to be very careful that those things are properly cooled. So that's how we have managed to scale that that challenge. And of course, here's the thing that I need to say to listeners: power is the secret ingredient, I would say, that has the cost, which is one of the reasons why healthy foods are expensive.
Okay.
That cost is power.
Preservation.
Because it's expensive to preserve. But at Nutrishake, we decided we cannot pass all that cost to the customer. So we just try and manage the turnaround. And we don't mind going to the market twice, 3 times a week. That's all it takes to keep the prices down for our customers, rather than go once and invest in heavy power infrastructure to have a sustainable cold chain, as it were, storage infrastructure. That is expensive. We're not at that level yet, but if you can afford that, all well and good.
Okay. Now that's something you've talked about, the materials, your raw materials. How easily accessible are these? Do you have to import at any point in time, or do you source everything locally?
It's a combination. There are those we source locally. There's some we buy imported, right?
Okay.
So it's a combination of both. For those we source locally, we often find challenges with springly availability because some of these things come from the north, right? Because
Okay.
of the insecurity in the north, the logistics, the road networks that are not so reliable. You have a vendor supplier will tell you, I'll be in Lagos in 24 hours, and in 48 hours, that is, you're still waiting for the guy just because he's held up somewhere, the truck is broken down. So we try to manage all that and just go along. For those things that we buy that are foreign, we just go to the market. They are so oftentimes, surprisingly and sadly, more available
Than the things you
that are
would.
local. It's a sad, tale to tell, but that's our experience. Again, maybe it's just because of the things we buy, right? So we
Right.
just, again, so once we have the raw materials, we also can dehydrate. So we have dehydrators which will dehydrate and keep those things fresh and ready to use.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to digress just a tad bit and talking about still raw materials. For someone in your business, have you ever thought about collaborating with others who are said farmers? And I'm talking about greenhouse farms. Do you
Okay.
collaborate with people? Have you thought about collaborating with people that could make it easier? And I'm not talking about having to go all the way down or, thinking about it in your own space within Lagos, Nigeria. I don't,
Yeah.
if there's anything like that, or have you ever thought
Well,
about collaborating with someone
very good
in
question there. I have thought about collaborations, but I've not thought as far as collaborating with people who run greenhouse farming techniques in Lagos, for instance. If I
Right.
had their contacts, if I had maybe the ecosystem to, let's talk. I could happily be an off taker, such people, right? Yeah, why not? Provided it's readily available, great quality, and the quantity, fantastic. Why not? And of course, the price has to be right as well. Makes sense. All
the
across
the
the board.
price
It
the
has to
pricing
make
is another
sense.
thing. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about your business. And okay, let's. I want to find out. Okay, your reach, is it for only household, or do you extend it to supermarket, restaurants, and things like that?
So for what we currently produce, we don't have a storefront, right? So you can't
Okay,
come to Nutrishake and ask to buy our products as yet.
right.
It's part of the plans, but for now, we produce and we supply to restaurants, supermarkets, hotels, lounges. We also make supplies for corporate events, um, social events. Uh, we supply cups of parfait, more like desserts, but healthy
Okay.
desserts. Yeah, alternative,
Mm-hmm.
for the ice cream and
Right.
stuff like that. So that's basically what we do. Um, Sometimes we get customers come in, walking customers. That's fine. We also service them, but it's not our primary markets at the moment. Those are just flanker
Right.
markets. Yeah. So that's what we
Mm.
do.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, it is an
And just,
interesting.
just, just sorry to bust
Okay,
in there.
no,
And
go go ahead.
this model itself is very it's very lucrative and it's very big,
Okay.
right? If there's anybody out there who is thinking perhaps should I not? The market is huge. The market is huge. Um, so let me just encourage the person listening that you're thinking, oh, is there really a market? Yeah, there is a market here. Trust me, there is a market here. The
Mm.
gyms are look at the gyms. Look at the gyms.
Right.
A lot of
Right.
fitness clubs all around Lagos and in the early, those capital states, state capitals. Nobody wants to die young, right? Everybody wants to live forever if you could.
Right.
So they want to do something intentionally.
But
The
here's the thing. Here's the thing with that I would, well, at the start of the program, we're talking about how people will swap one for the other. How affordable, because affordability has to be part of the package. And
um,
knowing that you have to source certain materials that you're going to use for your products,
yeah,
say you have to ship some of them from abroad, you have to source for those items here. It could be mm, it could be deep pockets for those who do not have funds to acquire, but they want to live healthier lives. So, are there range for people who want to still live healthy and still, make sure that it's still within their range?
absolutely, absolutely. So what we have done is we have tiered pricing
Okay.
for all our packages. So if you can afford the jumbo cups, you can go
Mm-hmm.
for the mini cups.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome
So
stuff.
you have that option. Then you also have
Mm.
layered options, right? So if you wanted three, four variety of exotic fruits, then your costs are going
Right.
up. Strawberries, blueberries, kiwi, come sweet, right?
Right.
Costs go up. So you say, okay, I need just a two a two a cup with
Fruit.
two fruits, so two exotic fruits. Okay, just two. Okay, so you take the grapes and the blueberries, fine. But if you want
Mm-hmm.
more, we'll happily give you more at cost,
At a certain
right? So
cost.
it's your choice. It's your choice. There's a base price, and then it can
Right.
be you
Right.
can layer on that on your on
As you
what you
go.
want.
Mm.
Okay.
Before I let you go, what do you see healthy food sector growing in 2026 and beyond? Is this a market people
Yes,
will be willing to invest their monies in, or is it something that
absolutely,
still needs work on?
absolutely. And you don't need to take my word for it. Take a look at some companies. Take a look at the regular companies who started out by doing um, drinks. The
So,
I don't want to mention the
so
brands now. The
okay,
sodas,
soda.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, you find that they are shifting
Hmm.
around some many of them to try and take a portion of that wellness industry, right?
I
And
agree.
formulating products, to capture, a portion of that
That
market.
industry,
That
right?
that decision must have been, baselined on rigorous market research. right? To let them know that there's something in there for them. So definitely there is a huge market, and those of us who are enthusiasts, who are propagandists in this market, pushing the narrative, health is sexy. You can look good and feel good without sacrificing the taste, without sacrificing good taste. You can have a tasty, delicious, creamy, nourishing cup of
Of
whatever it is,
goodness.
of goodness, right?
Right.
You don't have sacrificed anything. Your skin will glow, your digestive system will be better, you'll have a
Right.
fresh, natural bout of energy. You have nothing to lose. It's
Okay.
just the major thing for you to change is your mentality.
All right.
Mentality. I tell
All
my
right.
kids, taste good doesn't always mean it's better. Because the taste board doesn't justify anything. Because it tastes good doesn't mean it's better. Think about your health. Think about your body. Take care of it today. We'll take care of it tomorrow.
All right. And I'm going to end this with Gilbert Musa's message. He says, he's an investor, by the way. He says, there's a vibrant market for healthy food in Nigeria. Energy, however, is the key in this industry. Joss has natural strawberry, but the big question
Absolutely.
is preservation. Also, another challenge is NAFDAC's ability to control sale of adulterated or fake products
Yeah.
currently
Yeah.
high in the market. If we want to talk about this, we possibly would go today. But I want to thank you so much for all the insight you shared. And for anyone who's listening now, how can they reach out to you? They want to collaborate. They're looking at how they can also purchase your product. So what's your social media handle that they can reach out to you on and take it up from there?
All right. So we're on Instagram at Nutrishake NG. That's Nutrishake NG. And is it okay to give my number?
No, the
No.
social
Okay,
media
fine.
handle is the
Fine.
social
Social
media
media
handle
handle
will
is just
just
fine.
to
Which is why
yes, please.
Nutrishake NG on Instagram. That'll be fine.
Oh, all right. Thank you so much. It's been an
Thank
exciting
you.
conversation. And Lagos, healthy living isn't expensive. All you need to do is change your mindset. And as
Yeah,
always,
in your mind.
we'll see you on the next Business Hub session every Tuesday at 5:15. But so much more lined up for your listening pleasure. So if I were you, I would move a muscle. Stay glued to your radio. Smooth 98.1. Tips for a successful business. Thank you so much. It was definitely an interesting